Alright guys, so in today's tutorial I am going to be covering half of my face. So I'm taking this glue stick and I'm going to be putting it on one eyebrow. Half of my face is going to be Mystique, the other half is just going to be me, and therefore I need to cover one eyebrow where Mystique's side is going to be. Next I'm taking this white eyeliner pencil and I'm going to map out roughly where I want the break from Mystique to my normal skin color to be. Then I grabbed this bright blue color from Mehron and filled in the side that's going to be Mystique, and with this what you're going to want to do is add 2 layers of blue just to make sure the color is opaque. And I use a foundation brush because I find it to be a lot easier. When it dries down it tends to look a lot smoother and a lot nicer than any other application that I've tried before, but you know, just do what works for you. I'm also going to be covering my ears as well, or the ear on that side I should say, not ears. Then I'm actually going to be taking a white eyeshadow from my Urban Decay Full Spectrum palette. I'm going to be putting that under my eye, almost acting like concealer. This is just to brighten up the eye area as well as highlighting my cheekbone with that white to give the face a little bit more dimension, and white mixed in with that blue kind of gives it a light blue look. Next I'm going to take a dark blue body paint and I'm going to start mapping out the little I guess scales she has around her face. And with this I looked at a reference photo and kind of did it to the best of my ability. Of course I'm only doing part of my face, so I had to keep it as even as possible. And there's a lot of stuff here, so I can't really explain like how I'm doing the detailed work. Just look at a reference photo and copy it pretty much. And there are some bigger scales and some smaller scales, so just kind of working with it, as well as like these teeny tiny scales that are going around the eye area, almost like that's where her eyebrow bone is, like where her eyebrow would be, kind of acting as that. After a while I started kind of just winging the patterns. If I needed to like fill in some empty spaces, I felt like I had too many or something, so really it's not a perfect match. She even has some bigger scales going down her cheek as well. Then once I felt like I had that pretty mapped out and how I liked it, I took a dark blue eyeshadow from that Urban Decay Full Spectrum palette and I used it to contour my cheek as well as the temple of my forehead, again just to give the face more dimension, kind of making it look less flat. Then I got really super excited.
I got a coffee delivery. I also got a breakfast burrito, and that's why some of the blue is off of my mouth because I ate it. Anyways.
Next I'm taking a white body paint and I'm going to highlight each and every one of those little dots. I'm going to be kind of adding them like little highlight marks on one side of them just to give them more dimension, make them look less like a flat painted surface. This is a little tedious, takes a little time, but you know, it's worth it in the end. And in any spots that I felt like I put too much white, just dab it with your finger and it'll kind of even it out, make it look more like a light blue. You could also use light blue body paint, but I like the white. Next I grabbed a matte black eyeshadow from Urban Decay called Blackout, and I'm going to use that to go around the edges of the whole design. And I'm also going to take a detail brush and a little bit of black body paint and kind of go around the edges as well very lightly. This is to add some more shadowing and depth to those scales to make it look like they're sitting a little bit above the skin. I'm not shadowing too much because I don't want it to start getting too muddy, and I'm not going to outline like the whole design, just like sections of the design, whether it be the spiky design or the round design. This is going to help it give it more dimension but not take away from the shape and make it look too muddy and gross. And again I'm going between the body paint and the eyeshadow, just kind of making it look as even and as good as possible. Once I feel like that looks pretty good, I'm going to be taking a brown eyeshadow. This is from NYX. I don't remember the name of it because I took it out of the little container and into a Z palette and I don't have the name attached to it. And I'm going to be using that on the edge where the Mystique part meets with my face. It's going to give it a shadow, make it look like they're two separate skins. And in any spot that I felt like I needed a little bit more depth, I took a smidgen of black eyeshadow, the same black eyeshadow I used before called Blackout from Urban Decay, and just added a smidgen of it wherever I needed it to be and blended it into that brown. Once I felt like the shadow was to my liking, I took a little bit of white body paint on a detailed brush and I added a highlight on the edge as well as adding these little squiggly lines going in towards the Mystique skin. This kind of made it feel like to me like I was transforming and like it was like this weird beam of light. I don't really have an explanation to why I decided to do that. I just did it. After that, I took a dark blue body paint from Mehron and I filled in my lips like lipstick. You could also just use lipstick, but I had the body paint out, so I used that. Then I took the same dark blue eyeshadow I used to contour and added it into the sockets of my eyes just to kind of deepen them up and give them more shape to them. Then I took that same black eyeshadow on a angled brush and gave myself a little bit of a wing instead of using a liquid eyeliner, which you could also do. This way it makes it look a little bit more natural, a little less like just a straight black line. Next I took a little bit of concealer from e.l.f. actually, and I just put that all over my face, kind of like foundation. I used a brush to kind of even it out. I wasn't looking to make this perfect. I wanted to look kind of just, I don't know, I could have used a BB cream as well because I just wanted to look pretty basic on this side. I also took some brow powder from e.l.f. and filled in my eyebrows. You can use any product that works for you. Then I took the same brown I used on the shadowing from the Mystique to my side and I used it to contour my cheek. I also added a little bit of blush. Well, actually I used the eyeshadow from that Full Spectrum palette, the pink colors, and I put it on like blush. More coffee. Next I decided to fill in my body. Again, I wanted to keep that same like ripped effects, or like transforming effect. So I just filled in a portion of my body. After that, I took the same dark blue body paint I used before and I'm going to be filling in little dots on her chest. And again, I'm taking some white body paint and highlighting each one of those little dots. Next, I took that same dark blue eyeshadow and just shadowed around my collarbone. Then I took that same brown eyeshadow and a little bit of black wherever I felt like it was necessary, and I used it to shadow around the Mystique skin, just like we did on the face. And after I felt like that was good, I took some more of that white body paint and did the same thing I did on the face where I highlighted some of the Mystique skin, and then I also dragged some lines leading towards the Mystique side. Also adding some more lines to the face because I felt like some of them got a little lost. And that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I had a lot of fun making it, and be sure to let me know what else you'd like to see on this channel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give me any other ideas on the art-related projects, and I shall see you guys next time. Bye!